The Trinamool Congress held a strong protest across India against the ED raids on the premises linked to the party's IT cell chief in West Bengal. On Friday morning, 8 TMC MPs protested outside the Home Ministry in New Delhi. Leaders like Derek Mahua Moitra and Kirti Azad were seen raising slogans against the central government. Protesters shouted that Bengal would not accept what they call dirty political moves. When Delhi police tried to remove them, there was pushing and chaos and some MPs fell. Later the MPs were detained. Meanwhile, West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee announced a protest march in Kolkata at 2 p.m. against the ED action. Congress MP Shashi Tharoor has given a balanced opinion on India's first Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru. Tharoor said it is important to accept that Nehru made some mistake, but it is completely wrong to blame him for every problem in the country. He stated that the present government may not be anti-democracy, but it is clearly anti-Nehru in its approach. According to Tharoor, Nehru has been made a convenient target for political attacks. He added that while he deeply respects Nehru's ideas and contribution to nation building, he does not support blind praise of every policy. Tharoor made these remarks at the Kerala Assembly International Book Festival. West Bengal Governor C.V. Ananda Bose received a serious threat through an email late Thursday night. The email warned that the governor would be blown up with a bomb and even mentioned a mobile number of the sender. After the threat, state police and CRPF were put on high alert. The governor has now been given Z+ security cover. Senior officials, including the Director General of Police, Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee and the Union Home Ministry were informed immediately. Security arrangements around the governor's residence has been tightened. This threat has come at a sensitive time as political tension in the state is already high due to recent ED actions and ongoing protests by political parties. Gujarat Rajkot city experienced a series of earthquakes within a short time, creating fear among residents. In the last 12 hours, at least 7 tremors were recorded in and around the city. The magnitude of this earthquake ranged between 2.7 and 3.8 on the Richter scale. Although no major damage or injuries have been reported so far, people rushed out of their homes in panic after feeling repeated shock. As a precautionary measure, local authorities announced a holiday in schools. Disaster management teams are on alert and officials are closely monitoring the situation. Citizens have been advised to stay calm and follow safety guidelines. Union Road Transport and Highway Minister Nitin Gadkari has announced strict new safety rules for sleeper coach buses in India. Under the new decision, only approved automobile companies or government bodies will be allowed to manufacture sleeper buses. In addition, all existing sleeper buses must install important safety systems. This includes fire detection system, emergency exit, emergency lighting and driver drowsiness alert system. The decision was taken after several tragic incidents. In the last 6 months alone, 6 major fire accidents in sleeper buses have killed around 145 people. The government said these new rules are aimed at saving lives and improving passenger safety, especially during long-distance night travel. Protests against rising inflation in Iran have turned violent and are spreading rapidly across the country. According to a CNN report, demonstrations have now reached more than 100 cities and have continued for the last 13 days. Protesters have blocked roads, set vehicles on fire and raised strong slogans against Iran's top leadership. Chants calling for the end of the Islamic Republic were also heard. So far, at least 45 people have died in the violence, including 8 children. More than 2,270 people have been detained by security forces. Due to the situation, the government has shut down internet and phone services nationwide, and Tehran airport has also been closed. 3 Indian nationals were among the crew on a Russian ship named Marinera that was seized by the United States. Russian media reports said the ship had a total of 28 people on board, including citizens of Russia, Ukraine, Georgia and India. The US has alleged that the vessel was carrying oil from Venezuela and had violated American sanctions. After the ship was detained, strong reaction was seen in Russia, with officials criticizing the US action. The incident has added to existing tension related to global sanctions and the ongoing conflict involving Russia. Authorities are now looking into the status and safety of all foreign nationals on board, including the Indian crew members. In Pakistan, action against former Prime Minister Imran Khan's party, Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf, has intensified. During a police operation in Punjab province, one PTI supporter was killed and several others were arrested. The incident occurred when PTI supporters were preparing for protest against the government. Punjab police carried out raids to stop the planned demonstration. PTI leaders have strongly condemned the police action and called it oppressive and unfair. They claim that peaceful political workers are being targeted to silence opposition voices. The situation has further increased political tension in Pakistan, where clashes between government forces and opposition supporters have become more frequent in recent months. Sri Lankan MP Namal Rajapaksa has said that India's leadership is extremely important for long-term peace and stability in South Asia. In a social media post, he highlighted the need for strong regional cooperation at a time when global and regional security challenges are increasing. Rajapaksa said India has a capacity to play a central role in bringing countries together and maintaining balance in the region. His statement comes at a time when many parts of the world are facing conflict, economic pressure and political uncertainty. He stressed that cooperation among South Asian nations with India at a center is necessary to ensure growth, security and stability for the future. Indian stock markets closed lower as the Sensex fell around 400 points to end near 83,790. Investors remained cautious due to global uncertainty, especially concern over possible tariff decision by US President Donald Trump. Market participants feared that fresh tariff could impact global trade and emerging markets like India. Heavyweight stock from IT, metal and banking sectors saw selling pressure. Meanwhile, investors are also focused on corporate earnings. Shares of IREDA and Tejas Networks are in focus today as both companies are scheduled to announce their quarterly result, which may influence market sentiment in the next session. The Women's Premier League begin with great excitement as 7 Indian World Cup winning players will feature on the very first day. The opening match will see a big clash between the teams led by captain Harmanpreet Kaur and vice-captain Smriti Mandhana. Both leaders are among the most popular and successful players in Indian women's cricket. Fans are eager to watch this high-profile contest. In terms of past record, Harmanpreet's Mumbai-based team has an edge, having performed better in previous meeting. The match is expected to attract a strong viewership and set the tone for an exciting WPL season ahead. Severe winter conditions have affected many parts of North India. In Rajasthan, heavy rain and hailstorms damage crop and trouble farmers in several districts. In Madhya Pradesh, dense fog reduced visibility, causing many trains to run late and creating problems for passengers. In Jammu and Kashmir, extreme cold has frozen parts of the famous Dal Lake, showing how harsh the winter has become. Meanwhile, in Bihar, cold weather and seasonal illness have badly affected children. Around 1,000 children have fallen sick and sadly 3 children have died. Health department are on alert and people have been advised to take precautions during the cold wave. That's all for today's bulletin. We'll be back with more updates next time. Until then, this is Tamanna Rizvi signing off. Have a good day.